from 8 to 9. Did you ever have a chance to cross paths with George Steinbrenner? Had you ever met him, or do you know guys that?
The 01 World Series, after we won, he came over and congratulated Colangelo in our locker room, and I went up and shook his hand.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
And you guys prevented them from going through one of the greatest runs in Major League Baseball history, especially in the modern era of baseball. They were attempting to win what was that
3 or 4.
It was that 4th straight, I think.
Yeah.
I think you prevented them for.
Well, yeah.
It's their 5th. Was it their 5th?
Well, the Subway Series was the year before, right?
Let me see.
In 2000.
Yeah, they won 98, 2000, or 96, 98, 99, 2000, I think.
Now, see what I want to say, and I could be off on this, but I want to say that your World Series was the one that was that the most recent one after 9/11 happened?
No, that was a couple months after.
Yeah, and so everybody was thinking this was going to be the. You know what I mean? It was, the Yankees winning would help to heal, and the D-backs were like, yeah, maybe, but not today. Yeah. We're not going to have that.
Our fans had signs that said, we love New York, but hate the Yankees.
Hey,
nobody hates the Yankees.
From 4. Y'all prevented them from going there 4 straight. They went 98, 99.
Yeah, but to be around, to play in the American League and go there, you always saw him, at the games, and they never really talked to him, but you appreciated his passion to win and to be around the game. A lot of owners aren't around the game like that. It's kind of a hobby, pocket change for them, so they just let other people do it. But he had a passion for the game and passion for winning, and that's what you enjoyed about. That's why you loved going to Yankee Stadium and playing the Yankees, because you knew it was going to be a hard-fought time, and he fought hard to get them back on their feet, and the players responded over the years.
Were you one of those guys that ever? Do you remember when you first went out there and saw those, the monuments out there in the old Yankee Stadium?
Yeah, pretty cool. I didn't last long in my game that day.
What about Bob Shepard? I'm sure at some point. You've heard it.
You go to stadiums. I loved him. The one in the old Rex Barney in Baltimore. The old announcer in Boston. But these guys, you could mimic their. I could say no batting number 2.
Yeah.
Derek Jeter.
Number 2.
Yeah. I mean, it was so awesome because he was. I think he was an English professor or something at one of the universities in New York. So he always pronounced the names perfect, and you couldn't wait to hear your name come out of the speakers.
That's great.
It's pretty cool.
What did your name sound like?
Greg Swindell. Pretty neat. In Boston, I mean, the same thing. He always just announced Yastrzemski as number 8. That's all you heard come out when Yastrzemski came up to hit.
Why is that?
Because he was number 8. You didn't have to say anything else.
You didn't have to say anything else.
That's sweet.
Interesting. They showed a stat for Derek Jeter during the All-Star game. I know I'm one of the few that watched, and I didn't even watch the whole thing. I just kind of in and out. But what they did was it was a split-screen comparison of where Jeter is in terms of total base hits at this point in his career, and where Pete Rose was when he was Jeter's age. And Jeter actually is further along at this point than Pete was. Now, Pete played at a high level, beyond his prime. He was in his early 40s, at least it seemed.
With help.
I wasn't there.
Baseball's cleaned up back in the day.
I wasn't there.
He's old school.
You think Derek Jeter would have the ability, the drive, and the level of interest to challenge Pete Rose's record?
If he wants to. Yeah, I mean, it's up to Derek Jeter. I mean, Pete Rose played to what? He was 45, 40 something.
There,
yeah. I mean, you have to want to keep playing. You have to. Is the ability there? Sure it is. Will it remain at shortstop? Who knows? I mean, if you're 45, I don't think I've seen too many 45-year-old shortstops at the major league level. So it's hard to tell with Derek Jeter because he doesn't really ever show that much emotion. But he loves the game. He knows to be out there, and he's a great player. So it's all up to Derek Jeter. If he wants to do it, the ability's there, and I'm sure the Yankees would keep him there until he's 50.
Just the fact that they were so good at developing that kid and finding that kid, I guess I should say, you would think that would be Exhibit A for the Yankees, as every year the trade deadline comes through and they think about which prospects they're going to give up to make this run. I mean, who knows how good they could be if they actually just sat on some of these prospects and actually brought them along.
A lot of teams. I played on some pretty good teams that got rid of people and got rid of prospects for people. I mean, if you do that, who knows what you're going to run into. There's a diamond in the rough somewhere, a lot of them out there. You just have to get a break. Derek is just one of those guys who is perfect. I mean, he's perfect person, individual player. Every person you talk to that have met him on the baseball field and off the baseball field says there's not one thing that Derek Jeter does is wrong. I'm sure he has a good time. I'm sure living in New York and was single forever, but he keeps it under control. He doesn't let he's pretty much as much a superstar than I think anybody. LeBron James. I mean, you put any name out there.
Yeah.
If people know who number 2. You can announce him as number 2. You don't even have to throw anything else out there at Yankee Stadium. So he's a great man, a great teammate. I know that from people that I've talked to.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
It really is.
It's amazing that you can do.
But the Yankees repeat.
Do they?
After you've seen up to the break, who's your favorite now going in as the season resumes today?
Yeah, I mean, Yankees are an easy choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to give it a week or so out of the break here to make a full decision.
Sure.
But the Yankees, I'm sure, I still don't think they have they need another starting pitching. I don't think A.J. Burnett is going to do it down the stretch. He didn't even do it in the playoffs last year.
That's true.
He pitched, but he didn't really do much.
Been inconsistent.
Right. So
Very inconsistent.
Phil Hughes, you could see him falter a little bit before the break. Will the loss in the All-Star game have any effect on him? Sometimes it does. Sometimes it can get to your psyche. But everything else is there. I think they just need one more pitcher.
Tampa's right there with them. If the playoffs were to start today, it would be New York and Tampa that are in it. Chicago would go from the Central. They've won 9 of 10 going into the break. And the Rangers are holding on. I mean, they had a little bit of a slide, but luckily so did the Angels. So
yeah,
they
lost
lead.
4 in a row, but they still have a 4.5 game lead. So
yeah. San Diego, I don't know. They got a bunch of pitchers that are about to go on the DL for some reason. I don't know. You think Colorado will
pitching a
overtake
lot?
them?
Yeah.
Or you think
I think the Dodgers, both of them. It's going to be all the way down to the last week of the season for that division. It always is usually.
And you've already said you think Cincinnati won't hold on there. So I assume you think the Cardinals.
Cardinals, yes.
Cardinals don't. I saw this, and I guess just to wrap this up, then Atlanta in the East. Can the Mets or Phillies catch them?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Atlanta, I think they have the people. I was kind of my team, my 16 that I threw out there early in the season for our preseason picks. So hopefully, I would like to see it just for not for Chipper's sake, for Bobby Cox's sake, just to get back in the playoffs one more time.
There was something about the Cardinals, their schedule. I was talking to John Rooney a couple of weeks ago about that he does Cardinals play-by-play, and he said that the Cardinals do not make a road trip west of the Mississippi River the rest of the way.
That will help, and also Carpenter and Wainwright. That will help.
Yeah.
And Pujols and
those
Holiday.
guys.
How do you get a schedule like that where you can avoid the West Coast time zone changes? How does that work for you?
And they're centrally located, so going either way isn't going to affect them too much.
Not as much, okay. Well, Greg Swindell is the guy. By the way, anytime you want to email questions, just shoot them to us in the Austin Aztecs email inbox, and we'll make sure that he gets them. We'll get a chance to get caught up and talk about this stuff. Run, Forrest!
Funny.
That was funny. Greg Swindell is a great sense of humor, too. So we appreciate it, man. Have a great week.
That's about all I got.
Come on now.
17 years in the big.
Yeah, exactly right. That World Series ring. You got to bring that ring into us. Show it to us again. For Ellie and for Cash Money and Ray and Ahmad, I'm John. Be sure to join the guys. Sports Buffet live today, 3 to 7, Buffalo Wild Wings, I-35 and Stastny. Dan Patrick next on AM 1300 The Zone.